Hello, children. Today we are going to see the lesson, The Sermon at Benares, which is an extract from the writings of Betty Rinshaw. Before moving into the lesson, let us discuss about sufferings. When suffering occurs when our expectation is not fulfilled. Let us take an example. If any extra class is scheduled on weekend, you'll feel bad about it. This happens because you have an expectation that there will not be any extra class on weekends. Here, your expectation is destroyed by the weekend class. So, we can conclude that failure to meet the expectation cause sufferings. Now, let us move into the lesson. Gautam Buddha, who lived between 500 to 400 BC, was a royal prince. He was sent to school at the age of 12 and returned after 4 years, and he married a prince and they both had a son. For 10 years he lived as a royal prince. While he was out for hunting, he happened to see an old man, a sick man, a funeral procession, and finally he saw a monk begging for food. These sights made him to march towards finding the meaning of life and enlightenment. He wandered for 7 years and he sat under the peepal tree, and after 7 days, he got enlightened. He named that tree as Bodhi and preached his first sermon in Benares on the banks of Holy Ganga. Now let us move into the story. The story has a character Kisa Gautami and the another character is Gautam Buddha. Kisa Gautami had an only son and her son was dead. In grief, she started asking people for medicines to bring her dead son alive. People thought that she lost her mind. But one man guided her to see Buddha. She approached Buddha for medicine, and Buddha asked her to get a handful of mustard from a house that death had never visited. This is important. She needs to get a handful of mustard from a house that death had never visited. She went in search, literally begged for the mustard seeds, but all her efforts went in vain. She became hopeless and sat at the sideways, looking at the flickering street light. The light flickered and finally extinguished. Now she realized that death is inevitable. Thus, Buddha taught her the lesson. Whomever it may be, once born, need to face the reality of death. And death has no partiality, young or old, wise or fool, rich or poor. All will be fall as prey in the hands of death. That is the ground reality. To be wise, we should understood this and should not be carried away by the darkness of sad. This is the gist of this lesson. Buddha finally conveys that the root cause of suffering is your expectation and death is inevitable. If you lost something, he asks us not to grieve over it because we don't have any power to bring them back, and it is not us who is making them or who was making them to live their life. So we need to accept what life gives us and we should not accept anything. Now let us see a few hard words in the lesson. I'll state the hard word and the meaning of those hard words. Befitted, the meaning is suit. It comes in the first page. Befitted. And heterophort means so far. That is also in the first page. Sorry, first page. The next is grief. Grief means intense sorrow. At length means after a short time. The means you. It is taken from a dialect, and thy also means your, and this is also taken from a dialect. Beloved means the loved ones. Weary, which means extreme tiredness. Kinsman, which comes at the last page. Kinsman means a person's blood relation is called kinsman.